Greetings, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. It's back. A bundle that sounds like a bad late night infomercial for males. The enhancement bundle is back. Now, this thing is really intriguing because it could have a 5-star awakening gem, which we just saw recently with some 6 stones attached to it. But what it most likely will have is a huge amount of a specific class of 5-star Sig stones. And what happened last time, because we had never seen this thing before, was that quite a few people messaged me saying, Prof, I have a dilemma. I already had 100 5-star Sig stones of the particular class of the enhancement bundle that I opened in my inventory. So everything went into the overflow. And they got a dilemma, essentially, where they couldn't actually do anything with the 6 stones that they got unless they wanted to pump them into a worthless champ. Now, I encourage them, since they spent cash on this, to appeal to Kabam and see if they could change them. See what they did last time, and it would make way more sense if they did this. And I, of course, have not purchased this yet, as it is still in my unit box. But what they ended up doing for some summoners was that, because originally you got just a ton of singular 5-star 6 stones, was that they changed them in their account. They manually went in and they changed them to +5 class signature stones. Now, the good thing is, it looks as though they have learned from their mistake, and unlike the previous, it appears that instead of getting, 80 of one class 6 stone, you'll get 16 of the 5-star class plus 5 6 stones, which will not roll over into your inventory, thus making it impossible for you to use them on a champ that you're waiting to get the champ on, unless you somehow get that champ and get them awakened. So, kudos to Kabam for learning from their mistake on the previous 5-star enhancement crystal. Now, the big question is this thing really worth $50 for you? And the answer for that is going to vary a great deal on your 5-star roster, because in general, it just depends on who you land on or what class you land on. If you need a 5-star awakening gem and you get a 5-star awakening gem for $50 along with 20 class-based 6 stones, I will say we have seen 6 stones go down in price so much, thankfully, that I really wish these were generics. I think this would be a solid deal for still a tough asking price. If it was 50 or 20 generics or 50 class-based. But 20 class-based just doesn't do it. And then you have a greater attack and a greater health boost, at which I really wish that was just a greater champion boost, which is the plus 30%ers for both. So, yeah, the boosts are a little underwhelming, though I guess I could use them since I have one space open in both for my inventory to be back to maxed out at 10 out of 10. But in general, it's just going to depend. At least now we know if you get the 6 stones, which most people, I would say, will get the 6 stones. In fact, one thing that I want to point out in this is that you have an 80% chance to get the 6 stones, and the last time they bust this out, they actually violated their own terms of service by not putting out the drop rates in around the first hour that this was. And so everybody who purchased it legally could have got their money back because they didn't do what they were required to do for Apple. They quickly realized it and scrambled to put this graphic in hour number 2, which, again, this has been fixed. But, yeah, if you're somebody that you think no matter what, you can use 86 stones to increase the class of the champion of your choice, then I say go for it. I do think that for most people, you're going to get the 6 stones, and I expect to get the signature stones as well. And I think that, again, the value of this is like a C+ to B- for most people. It has a chance for an A, especially if you get that 20% 5-star awakening gem and you land on the class that you need. But then again, I would actually rather have 86 stones then get the 5-star Awakening gem that the RNG has already given me in my inventory 2 or 3 times, because several summoners are holding on to the same class of 5-star Awakening gems as they have had for months. So, overall, I still think this thing is a little overpriced. I wish it was, say, even $40 or especially $30. But for $50, it's not the worst gamble you can take. Just know most people will get 6 stones, and at least they'll be the +5 6 stones and not the +1 to avoid that headache of going into your overflow on your inventory. So, did you get the 20% class Awakening gem on this? Comment below, let me know. And as always, good luck in all of your Marvel Contest of Champions crystal openings. Thanks for supporting the channel.